the story that happened.
Hey everyone, I have another story to tell. I want to talk about the most dangerous place in the world. It's not a battlefield, and it's not a storm at sea. It's the waiting room. We all know the story of Joseph, right? The coat of many colors, the dreamer, the one who ultimately becomes, we could say, the prime minister of Egypt. But we usually speed up from the hard parts of his life and tell the story from when he was thrown into the pit and when he became the prime minister. But real life, or what I want to talk about, happens in the middle of all that. Imagine being Joseph. You're around 30 years old at this point. You've spent the last decade of your life doing everything right and getting everything wrong. Think about it. He serves Potiphar with full integrity, and what does he get in return? Falsely accused and thrown into prison. He later on helps a cupbearer and interprets his dream, ultimately giving him hope. And Joseph asks him for one thing in return: mention me to Pharaoh. Then, of course, we know the cupbearer was set free. And then, silence. The Bible actually says that the cupbearer forgot about him for 2 whole years. And this is the part of the story that really is important. For 2 years, Joseph woke up from prison, hoping that that was the day he was going to be set free. But for those 2 years, he went to sleep in that same prison because it didn't happen. You would think that Joseph during that time would have either become bitter or would have started complaining, which would have been justified. Or ultimately, he would have given up, possibly even saying, "God, I played by your rules. I kept my hands clean. I kept my heart pure. And what is my reward?"
Time for a run. A bit of frost, but the sun is still out.
All done. Let's continue on with the day.
But Joseph didn't do that. That is the secret to his life. While he was waiting, he was working. He didn't slack. He looked around at that prison he was in and said, "Okay, if I'm going to be here, might as well take care of." He ministered to other prisoners. In essence, he organized that prison. He was faithful in the dark. He had realized one thing, that even though his geography had changed drastically at this point, he wasn't going to let his identity change. He wasn't a prisoner who happened to be a believer. He was a believer who happened to be in prison. And then it happened.
Okay.
Gangsta. ¿Y qué va a hacer? ¿Bajarse? ¿O se va a ir por ese?
These are great numbers.
And it wasn't a gradual climb to the position he was later given. He was called by Pharaoh to help him with a dream. He was in front of the Pharaoh, interpreting the dream that he had. Ultimately, God helped him interpret that dream, which ultimately, in Pharaoh's eyes, with the help of God, saw him to be worthy of the position of saving Egypt for those years of famine.
Now it's pretty cold. Whew. So, got another day. See how it goes. So I woke up a little late, so the day started kind of rough. I'm going to class, going to work, so yeah, today's pretty much a day. I didn't run because I didn't wake up on time. I wasn't gonna wake up at 5, but I went straight to 8:30, almost 9. So yeah, at least I had a rest. So I'm gonna take the rest of the week pretty slow. We'll see how Friday goes. I might be able to work those days, but regardless, so still pretty good. Let's keep on pushing and continue on with the story. Are we done yet?
And that's how quick things can turn. But there is the lesson to be learned. If he had spent those 2 years rotting in self-pity, he wouldn't have been ready to answer the call of the Pharaoh. He would have been a broken man in front of Pharaoh. Instead, because he kept his character sharp, he was ready to step into the light. So, if you're in the waiting room right now, if you feel like you're being forgotten, if you feel like you did the right things but got the wrong results, don't quit. Don't let your heart harden. Keep serving, keep working, keep your eyes open. Because the call from the palace doesn't give you a warning. It just comes. And when it does, you won't just be delivered from your problems and struggles. You will be promoted to your purpose. And with that, I want to wish you all a happy Sabbath. Happy New Week when it comes to you. And ultimately, thanks to God, another week has gone by. And thanks to Him, 1% better.